University of Columbia president assailed at highly charged anti-Semitism Congress hearing. More witch trials for the anti-Semitism on college campuses. This woman was grilled over the upsurge in anti-Semitism on campus. Wait till you see what this congressman says to her. It's such a joke. We're so cooked. We're so cucked. We're so theologically conquered when we got our politicians saying this type of stuff. Watch this.
Chairwoman, well, as you can see, I think the concern is unanimous. We've all been troubled by anti-Semitic activities occurring at your campus and around the country and around the world. As the oldest and most established democracy in the region, Israel exemplifies the core values of freedom and democracy. In fact, I tell my colleagues that Washington, D.C. is not the center of the universe. Jerusalem is the center of the universe.
See, our politicians think that Jerusalem is the center of the universe. They care more about the Holy Land, a foreign place, than our own nation or our own homelands. This guy is Mr. Allen's probably English or something from, Northern Europe. He looks, but he cares more about the Middle East because of this book, because of this religion, the most dominant religion in the last 1700 years. He's putting the loyalties. I mean, we talk about Jews having dual loyalties. They say that's a trope. We got our politicians that are Christian have dual loyalties. Not even dual loyalties. He says they're the center of the world. We got a clip of Flynn saying the same thing. Oh, you think Mike Flynn's better? He's not. Same exact thing. Let's see.
God actually didn't choose America. God chose Israel. America chose
Amen. God didn't choose America. He chose Israel. And he chose them. We're the unchosen.
God actually didn't choose America. God chose Israel. America chose God.
Come on. Theologically conquered, on our knees, slaves. That's what these people are.
In fact, I read and research that you have a undergraduate and graduate degree School of Religion at Columbia University. Is that correct?
We have affiliated institutions, Union Theological Seminary and the Jewish Theological Seminary, as well as a Department of Religion at Columbia.
All right. In that degree program, I didn't research exactly what you teach.
He's like, you teach some religion, don't you, ma'am, at Columbia? You have a religious course at Columbia, do you not? Like, this is his interrogation. This is who votes for, they fight for it. With a Christian nation, this is what, more Christians in government, is that what we need? More Christian nationalism when this is the stranglehold of the type of Christianity that dominates the upper echelons of Christianity?
But are you familiar with Genesis 12:3?
Probably.
Do you know my favorite verse of the Bible, Genesis 12:3?
Not as well as you are, Congressman.
Well,
burn. She's like, no, I'm not a traitor that worships a foreign nation because of your theology, Congressman.
A School of Religion at Columbia University. Is that correct?
We have affiliated institutions, Union Theological Seminary and the Jewish Theological Seminary, as well as a Department of Religion at Columbia.
All right. In that degree program, I didn't research exactly what you teach, but are you familiar with Genesis 12:3?
Probably not as well as you are, Congressman.
Do you know Genesis?
Well, it's pretty clear. It was the covenant that God made with Abraham.
You see, it's pretty clear. Imagine being so out of touch, so delusional, so cult-minded that you're a congressman sitting up here and your argument that they got to stop anti-Semitism is that, the Bible says that you're cursed if you say anything bad about them, right? You need to bless them and you get the blessings. They're God's chosen people. They're the holy people in the Holy Land. That's what the Bible says, right, ma'am? How is this real life that we got this Judaism for Gentiles dominating America? This is preposterous.
And that covenant was real clear. if you bless Israel, I will bless you. If you curse Israel, I will curse you. And then in the New Testament, it was confirmed that all nations would be blessed through you.
He's like laughing like he's just...
You do not know about that.
You do not know about that?
I have heard that. Now that you've explained it, yes, I have heard that before.
It's now familiar. Do you consider
Yeah, it sounds familiar. It's all you Republican politicians ever say. Oh, you've heard that before. Okay.
a serious issue?
Don't you think that's a serious issue? Do you want your university to be cursed by the God of the Jews?
And do you want Columbia University to be cursed by God of the Bible?
Look at this guy, dude. Clown world. I mean, how can I not do what I do when this is the world? This is the country I live in. They go, Adam's focusing on Christianity. He needs to leave Christianity alone and just focus on Judaism. This is who's running our government. Guys like this, bruh. This is insane. This is clown world.
That God made with Abraham. And that covenant was real clear. If you bless Israel, I will bless you. If you curse Israel, I will curse you. And then in the New Testament, it was confirmed that all nations would be blessed through you. So you do not know about that.
This is...
I have heard that. Now that you've explained it, yes, I have heard that before.
This is embarrassing as a country.
Do you consider that a serious issue?
No.
I mean, do you want Columbia University to be cursed by God of the Bible?
There's people literally laughing in the crowd. Who is this guy? I got to look him up.
Definitely not.
Okay. Well, that's good. So here's the deal. We got freedom of speech in this country and freedom of religion. Yet we also have Moses looking down on the entire body of Congress who gave us the law, which most of our laws were made and are supposed to be enforced, came from the original law. And
all of our laws that need to be enforced came from the laws of Moses. We need to be Noah. I mean, if this is what's going on now, just imagine how much more we're going to hear about. We got to be Noahides. Millay just said recently he follows the Noahide laws. You give it a few decades, they're all going to be saying we need to follow the laws of Noah, like the Bible says, like the rabbis are telling us.
Have today is a lawless land. We have lawless universities that are overrun by people who are threatening to kill other students, who are attacking other students.
We've got Israel slaughtering 10,000 children. But somebody says something to Zionist on a campus. That's the real problem.
And creating fear in this country?
Fear. You're telling us that we're cursed if we curse another country. Talk about fear. You're controlled by fear.
And we have a constitution that requires us to treat other folks as we would like to be treated, which is also in the New Testament. I mean, maybe you should have a course, and you don't have to believe it, but the Bible is an incredible book. There's a lot of history there, and you don't have to believe it.
A lot of fake history.
You need to know what's in there. Maybe you should have a course suggested for those who are having problems with all of this on the Bible and what's in the Bible and kind of what will happen if, under the wrath of God.
You need a course. Okay, ma'am, hear me out, right, Columbia? You need a course that teaches the Bible that if you don't serve the Jews, you suffer the wrath of God. Can you do that? We'll pull your funding if you don't do this, ma'am.
I mean, we have above the American flag in our chamber, "In God We Trust." I mean, what God is that?
The God of the Jews, ma'am, is the answer to that question.
Do you understand why we're here? This is a serious issue.
This woman's probably like in shock, like doesn't even know what to say. She's like, oh my gosh, this lunatic, cultish Christian boomer, Rick Allen, Georgia, since 2015, Republican, said he went to Auburn.
Would any of the other board care to, what do you know about this issue and how do you feel about it? I mean, what are your feelings on what Young people are being indoctrinated by these professors to believe this stuff, and they
Christians like you are being indoctrinated to believe that the Jews were chosen by God and that they're going to have wrath if they don't bless them. And if they curse them or say anything bad about what they're doing, you'll be cursed. Please. He talks about trying to scare people and indoctrinating people. This dude has no self-awareness at all.
They have no idea that they're going to be cursed by God, the God of the Bible, and the God over our flag. What are your thoughts?
Congressman, my thoughts are that you are right that we have a moral crisis on our campus. And I find, as I've said, you're probably tired of hearing it, I find the behavior of some of our students, some of our faculty, unacceptable. And I think we have a variety of tools to deal with it.
It's like all of like the support that America and Christians in America have given Israel since its inception. And where are all the blessings? Where are all these blessings? Look at America today. Does it seem like we're super blessed where we're at today? Trump was the greatest supporter of Israel ever, right? Did we get a bunch of blessings out of that? It's so embarrassing.
We have to be able to have rules that make sense. We have to be able to enforce them because people learn from consequences. We have to have order. And then we need
consequences. We need consequences for people calling out anything Israel does.
Antisemitism training, as we heard the Congresswoman talk, this is essential. We must train people on what this is. And finally,
I'm just about out of time, but you need to know
education.
That,
it's crazy that like they're saying that the campuses need like special training and education to get people to not hate Jews. Isn't that weird?
Also, education is important, knowledge is important, but the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. I yield back.
Oh, mic drop. You better fear the God of Zion, goy. It's what the rabbis always wanted, all the nations in fear, trembling fear of their God. And we got Shabbos Goy, Mr. Allen, right here with his closer, his mic drop closer. The fear of God. You fear the God of Israel. You fear the God of the Jews.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Ms. Stevens, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Dreidel drop.
Dr. Shafik.